put it into isometric view. Let's put those two parts to sleep. This one and this. Now, the last thing we wanted to just learn is, even though this model have all sharp corners, but let's say if we wanted to that top edges, if you wanted to just debar or put a very small chamfer, which is usually a good practice, uh, how to do chamfers in Mastercam. Okay, so the chamfering is actually embedded in the contour toolpath. So I'm going to just close those and leave that last one open. And then we can, like I said, because it is embedded in the contour, so I'm going to just copy paste that last toolpath. Okay, and so this last toolpath was pocket toolpath, and I will just say let's see how to chamfer that pocket. So the chain is gonna be the same. In the tool, obviously we're gonna need a chamfer tool. So I will just right click here and select tool from the library. Remember, we did that exercise in the beginning quite a bit. So again, I'm going to use filter. I don't want to see anything, so I'll say none. And then we will pick, this is the chamfer mill. So I'll pick all the chamfer mill and say okay. So it's showing me the chamfer mills only. So now we can pick either a quarter-inch chamfer mill or a half-inch, or depending on the application. So the pocket has tight radiuses, so I will pick a quarter-inch chamfer mill. Say okay. Now again, we can change the tool numbers and things, but one thing I want to make sure is if I double click that tool, if there is any tip diameter, you see this here is the tip diameter. It has 60 thou tip diameter here, so make sure your tool is the same specification. If it's a sharp tool, I will just change this to 0, right? So in this case, we have a sharp tool, 45 degree, and probably that's all you wanted to change. I mean, feed rate, it looks pretty slow, so we can change the feed rate. I'll change this to carbide, and then I can change this cutting speed to 700 or something, and then now we get a better feed rate. And quarter chamfer mill, let's finish it. So there's our tool. So here I will just say chamfer pocket. Oh, let's leave the pocket alone. I'll just change from finish to chamfer. Okay, so in the cut parameter, basically this is where the magic button is. So from 2D contour, we're gonna change it to 2D chamfer. Now, the minute you change it, this image basically changes. Okay, so this number is the amount of chamfer. So remember, understand how much chamfer you want. For example, if your drawing is asking for 20 thou chamfer, so we will enter 20 thou here. So that's the amount of chamfer, as it is just showing with that dimension. And um, this is the number or the amount how much your tool will be going down after the chamfer. Remember, not with the chamfer, after the chamfer. So look at those dimension lines carefully. So it's basically how much the tool will be extruding down or pushing down after the chamfer. So usually with the smaller tools, you want to have only very small numbers. So if you push down 100 thou and you are 20 thou chamfer, that means the tool is going to go down something like 120 thou, right? So in total. So yeah, this is a quarter-inch tool. So we would, the total depth maximum, we can go only half of the diameter, so radius. So 1/8. So 0.1 will be a little bit big offset here, so I'll just change it to 50 thou. Okay. Now these compensation type, it's up to you how you want to handle it. We can leave it on wear, or we can change it to computer. Uh, Leaving on wear means you will have your wear color compensation codes, and then you can change the chamfer on the machine if you need to. Stock to leave. This is important that you don't want to have anything here, because if you enter any positive or negative number, it will basically add or subtract into the chamfer. So make sure it stays zero. Stock to leave on the floor is also should stay zero, generally in conceptually. Okay, so anything in these will affect your amount of chamfer. Similarly, when you go to linking parameter here, this depth, it should stay zero, because mastercam, when only in the chamfer toolpath, by the way, it's controlling or is calculating the depth from the chamfer parameter. So it's controlling the depth from here, right? So in the linking parameter, if our z is on the top, and we are machining on the top, then it should stay zero, and make sure the breakthrough is off. And that's basically all. So if you wanted to start a little bit above with the feed rate, um, I mean, it's going to start from point one anyway. So I'll just say okay. And then explore this toolpath, and you can see the chamfer tool coming down. And if I just zoom it in here and move on the side, and then you can see that's leading in. And if you look carefully, it's doing that, you know, you can see this doing that 20 thought chamfer all around. Right? So I'm just stepping it in with here. So we can play it there too. Now let's do the other edge as well. So once again, I'm going to just copy paste that, copy paste, and we're going to just change the chain. So go in the geometry tab, right click, rechain all, and then you can just move this here with the mouse. And we wanted to chamfer the top edge. So if it's the whole edge we wanted to chamfer, so I'll just go keep it in the loop and just pick, maybe start from here, from the pocket, or we can start actually here in the air, so somewhere here. So it's going to start here and chamfer this whole edge on the top. If you wanted to chamfer, let's say partial area, partial chain, then we can pick this partial loop. But let's chamfer the whole area and then say okay. Everything else will be the same. The depth is going to be the same. I'll just regenerate this operation. And here we have our toolpath for that. Just to have visually look it up better, I'm going to just go in for a sec uh, into lead in, lead out, and just put it to sleep. So it starts right on the edge, basically. So now if you go backplot it, and now if I put it to the right side view, no, we should need to be front here where it's starting. And now if I step it down, there you can clearly see the chamfer, right? So that's basically the 50 thou going down and then 20 thou chamfer. Just to show it to you, if I go back in here in the linking parameter, sorry, in the cut parameter, if I change this to very small amount, 10 thou, you would see how it affects the tool. You go back in backplot, and you see now here it's just chamfer amount is still the same, 20 thou, but it's going down, extruding down, pushing down only 10 thou. Right? So it you can also kind of target or see which area of the tool cutting edge you wanted to use. So you can push it down more or less, but it will still give you the same chamfer. So remember, the chamfer amount is coming from here. So chamfer is still 20 thou. This is just moving the tool up or down. Okay, so that's let's go back to isometric view, and we have that toolpath. And once again, I will just bring back our lead in, lead out, because it just turned it off to see it better for visualize. That's it. Make sure we just switch it back, everything to top. I don't know. We can. Right. So those are our chamfer toolpaths. With regards to chamfer, just to show one more option. So let's say, for example, and this will happen, depending on what kind of part we are doing. Let's say if we wanted to chamfer this lower edge here outside that step, because this is not on the Z0 level. So how would that work? So I'm going to just once again quickly copy and paste this, our last contour. Uh, Geometry this time is different, so I will rechain again, just right clicking in this empty area, right click and rechain all. And this time we wanted to only chamfer the let's say loop here, from here to from this corner to the other corner. So I'm going to just pick a partial loop, climb milling, so we start here and end here. So that's the chamfer you wanted to do, let's say. Now I would say okay here. The only thing this time, if I just regenerate it, you see it's chamfering high above in the air. So basically the chamfer tool is running in the air, right? So how we're gonna control the depth here is, remember the cut parameter, this can still, you can leave it as it is, everything on this page. It's just in the linking parameter. So the top of the stock and the depth is the same, zero point 0.6, and then you say okay. So now it will calculate from that, the chamfer will be calculated from that zero point 0.6 depth. So now if you look at the back plot, you would see the tool is going down zero point 0.6. So let's look at from the left side. Um, on the right side view is showing the same thing. So from here, you can see now the chamfer amount is showing correctly. So it's going down that 10 thou and then putting up, machining a 20 thou chamfer. Right. So if the chamfer phase is below the Z0 level, all you need to do is, so in this case, this level where we are chamfering is what is it, zero point 0.6 below. So then that amount need to go in this here. So top of the stock, the depth, actually the depth is more important, but generally you want to keep it all the same. Top of the stock can be anything, but as long as the depth is matching to that level, uh, that's where, now this is where it's going to start calculating the chamfer basically. And then this page will stay the same. It will be similar to other.